Lick number 54. For this lick, I'm going to use a pedal tone type lick. What we're going to start with is, well, we're in A minor pentatonic, and here's the lick first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the way we do this lick, again, this is all within A minor pentatonic, like the last several licks have been. We are going to use the third finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string with a down pick. Then we're going to do an up pick on the 3rd string 5th fret with the 1st finger. Then we're going to come back to that pedal tone note, which is the 7th fret of the 4th string. I'm just going to keep referring to that as the pedal tone note because we're going to keep coming back to it every other note. So we play that note again with a down pick. Then we're going to collapse the 3rd finger over. So we're on the tip for the 7th fret 4th string note for the pedal tone note. Then we're going to collapse it to grab the 7th fret of the 3rd string with the 3rd finger. Then back to the pedal tone note with a down pick. Then an up pick on the 2nd string, 1st finger, 5th fret. Then back to the pedal tone note with a down pick. Then an up pick on the 8th fret of the 2nd string with the 4th finger. Back to the pedal tone note with a down pick. And during this whole process, we basically keep the 3rd finger on that pedal tone note. There's a little bit of a pushing into it that goes on if we want the note to stop. So, well, let me finish the lick first, then I'll explain that a little bit. So we're back to the pedal tone note. Then we're on to the 1st string. I'm moving it off here to kind of show you what I'm doing, what note I'm playing. But in reality, I'm more or less keeping that 3rd finger down here. So up pick on the 1st finger, 5th fret. Then a down pick on the pedal tone note again. Then an up pick on the 8th fret of the 1st string with the 4th finger. And again, we're staying within the A minor pentatonic form 1 here. Then we're going to start heading down the scale. So you hit the pedal tone note, then that 5th fret of the 1st string, then the pedal tone note, 8th fret of the 2nd string, the pedal tone note, 5th fret of the 2nd string on an up pick, pedal tone note on a down pick, always a down pick on the pedal tone note here, then an up pick with that collapsed 3rd finger over onto the 3rd string 7th fret. Back to the pedal tone note, uncollapsing the finger. 1st finger on the 5th fret, 3rd string, and then back to the pedal tone note. So we get this. So what I started to say is, we sort of keep that 3rd finger down, but there's on the pedal tone note, but there's a slight lift that goes on to deaden it out sometimes. So when I go, if I don't want it to sound like this, with that ringing sound, I do a little bit of a lift on the 3rd finger. Not completely off, but just lifting it off the neck enough to deaden the sound. So we get that instead of... All right, so, and I'm doing that a lot on this lick. I'm basically stopping the sound of that pedal tone note every time right after I play it. I do a little bit of a lift of that finger. I'm going to play this with a jam track. Oh, by the way, this sort of has it does have a triplet feel to it. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And if you want to, you can repeat that top note twice. So you could go. You could do it like that, repeating that top note. So either way, that works. Oh, and one other thing I can mention is, aside from using a down and an up pick on each of these like this, we could also use hybrid picking on this, where we would hold the pick between the index and thumb and play a down pick on the pedal tone note, and then use the middle finger to pick up on the next note, on the alternating notes that move. So always do the pick on the pedal tone, and then use the middle finger to pick up on the other notes. So it works out like that. So here it is with using the hybrid picking. But it's good to do it that way for if you want to speed it up. You can go pretty fast with the alternating the middle finger and the picked note with the hybrid picking. So you can get you can do that pretty fast. You can work up that speed fairly easily, I believe, if you're working that a little bit. When you do this with a pick, the down picks and the up picks, you do get some good practice on string skipping, because we're going to the second string there with the up picks, and then we have to go to the first string. So you're skipping from the fourth string to the first string. So that's a good exercise for your string skipping accuracy also. I'm going to put on a jam track. This is my jam track loop number 2 redo, I usually call it. And it's on my website, bobporri.com. If you want to look that up on my jam track page, and you can play this and play A minor pentatonic or A major pentatonic stuff over it. Other things will work too, but those are just a few suggestions. So here's the jam track. If I did some playing, some other improvisation, and then put the pedal tone lick in there. So hopefully that gives you some idea what you can do with that lick number 54. So that's it for lick number 54.